Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Sunday, October 5th, 2025, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ ORION NWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Detroit Tigers versus the Seattle Mariners, ALDS game number 2, and a must-win game for the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is going to be here in roughly 8 minutes. So let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and let's get into the starting lineups. Happy Sunday, everyone. On the thumb, on the left, one of the best pitchers in the game, Tarek Skubal. And on the right, one of the best center fielders in MLB, Julio Rodriguez. Now let's get into the starting lineups here first for the visiting Detroit Tigers. Leading off for the Tigers at second base, Gleyber Torres. Batting second, playing right field, Kerry Carpenter. Batting third, playing left field, Riley Green. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, first baseman, Spencer Torkelson. Batting fifth, DHing for Detroit, Colt Keith. Batting sixth, catching today for the Tigers, Dylan Dingler. Batting seventh, playing third base, Zach McKinstry. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, Javier Baez. And batting ninth, playing center field, Parker Meadows. And on the mound for the Tigers, one of the best players in the game, Tarek Skubal. 0-2 versus the Mariners this year. And if we're going to win this series, he's going to have to go 0-3. And now let's get into the starting lineups for your Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners in left field, Randy Arozarena. Batting second, catching today for Seattle, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting third, playing center field, Julio Rodriguez. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Batting fifth, playing third base, Eugenio Suarez. Batting sixth, playing first base, Josh Naylor. Batting seventh, DHing today for Seattle, Mitch Garver. Batting eighth, playing right field, Victor Robles. And batting ninth, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. And on the mound for the Mariners, it is La Piedra, Luis Castillo. And again, just a couple notes, from last night's game. So I feel that, George Kirby did a great job. Overall, had one pitch right down the middle. Kerry Carpenter hit a 2-run jack after Julio had the solo home run. When we had the 1-0 lead, they took the 2-1 lead. We were able to tie it up 2-2, but Kirby played great. There's just no denying that. The bullpen was fantastic, except Carlos Vargas. And, subbing in for Victor Robles, Luke Raley late in the game, that was a mistake. You have to have Victor Robles play, especially with his bunting ability and his defense in right field. So again, those are the main keys. But the number one key that I want to go over with you guys, that is a pretty wild stat, okay? Julio Rodriguez and big dumper Cal Raleigh, okay? These two guys, they stepped up, all right? Cal and Julio, they went 6 for 10, right? Both of them went 3 for 5 each and did their job. Everyone else in the lineup, everyone went 0-28. You can't win a game when it's only 2 players, that step up with 3 hits each, and everyone in the lineup gets nothing. And that's calling out guys like who? Randy Arozarena, Jorge Polanco, Eugenio Suarez, Josh Naylor, J.P. Crawford, Victor Robles. I mean, we don't really expect a whole lot from Luke Raley, but again, you can't win a whole lot of games, with two. And, we need multiple home runs, and we need to play small ball. We need to bunt. We need to be able to, hopefully get guys on base, and we need to work the pitch count, which we weren't very good at yesterday. There was way too many outs, from our hitters within the first 3 pitches. And again, if we're able to work the count to get Scooball's pitch count up, and again, remember, the Mariners are 2-0 against him this season. So we know we can beat him. Against everyone else, he dominates. But for whatever reason, he's got a problem with the Mariners. So we have to make sure that we're working the pitch count up, instead of swinging at that first pitch, thinking it's going to be a strike down the middle and a home run. Wait, for pitch 4, pitch 5, pitch 6, and that will be the pitch that you'll be able to homer or get that big RBI. But again, if you're going to get impatient hitters, you're going to get an impatient team. And when you have that leads to what? An L. And again, this is a must-win game. We know how tough of a situation that we're in now. We got to win today. We obviously have Monday off as they travel to Detroit. We're going to end up doing the Chiefs and the Jags on Monday Night Football, so that way we have something to do. And then we got to split in Game 3 and Game 4. Game 3 is Logan Gilbert. Game 4, more than likely, will be Bryce Miller. So if we can win the Logan Gilbert game, and if we drop the Bryce Miller game, so be it. And then Game 5, we'll be back in Seattle, obviously, next Friday. And again, that would probably be Scooball again on short rest. But again, we have to find a way to take it one game at a time, and we have to try to find a way to win against Tarek Scooball here today. Davis in the building. What's good? Thanks, man. And again, that game could have went either way. And the difference was the missed field goal by Myers early and the 2 turnovers, the fumble and obviously the pick. And again, Seattle's a good football team. I definitely feel they're a playoff team. This season, the Niners might be 4-1, but I imagine the Rams and the Seahawks are going to catch up and possibly pass them at some point. And again, it was a wild game, very back and forth. But now we got the Tigers and we got the Mariners, and we got to focus on Seattle, and we got to root for Seattle to get the dub here today. Yeah, and the reason they have Mitch Garver, in the lineup is because Scooball is a lefty. But I would prefer, to go with someone that's better. Why not go with like a Leo Rivas or, a Cole Young type? That's going to be better. Yeah, they say lefties can't hit lefties. I call bullshit, because lefties can hit lefties. And just because a guy is a righty, you automatically think that he's going to get a hit. What if the player's not good? Like Dylan Moore. And we wasted a lot of time, with this type of strategy. And 99% of managers do this strategy. You got to think outside the box, Dan. Right? Subbing in Luke Raley, that was a mistake. Right? Bringing in Vargas and not having, guys pitch 2 innings like Gabe and Bizzardo made us lose. We need to have Brash pitch 2, Bizzardo pitch 2, Spire pitch 2. 0 innings for Vargas. I don't care who he is. Again, just not a player that you can trust at this moment. And again, playing Vargas and playing, Luke Raley is a mistake. And, you never know. Maybe Mitch Garver, will be able to step up and come up with a unexpected home run or RBI and whatnot. But we need to be better. And hopefully we can get the job here done tonight. But again, 3 for 5 for Cal, 3 for 5 for Julio, 0 for 28 for the rest of the team. That's unacceptable. First pitch to Gleyber Torres, high and inside, 1-0 count. Justin in the building, Matthew in the building, Northwest in the building, all day in the building. We're going to be shooting for 100 likes, 100 on the Dono train. And we need 11 subs to hit 22,500. Takes a strike swinging, low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Gleyber Torres. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. There we go. That's the La Piedra that we all know and love. Castillo on the mound, Torres in the box. 1-2 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gleyber Torres, the former Yankee. And obviously the Yankees ended up fighting back after getting obliterated early. Still lost the game, Blue Jays up 2-0 in the series. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off behind the plate to the booking.com sign. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gleyber Torres. Let's go, baby. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off behind the plate again. MSU in the building. What's good? Daniel in the building. What's good? 2-2 pitch. And that one is fouled back again. 4-seam fastball, slider here by Luis Castillo. And he's got to give up 3 runs or less, but preferably 0-2. And then again, we're going to have to score 5. 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. I know that's going to be easier said than done. Big swing and a miss on a 2-2 pitch. And Castillo starting strong, just like George Kirby did yesterday. Way to bring that electricity early. La Piedra, 1 away. Next up, the hero for the Tigers yesterday, Kerry Carpenter. First pitch, low and away with the sinker, 1-0 count. And obviously, Skubal did go to Seattle University, but is 0-2 against the Mariners in 2025. Dominates every team in baseball besides Seattle for whatever reason. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking on the line. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kerry Carpenter. 252 average, 26 homers, 62 ribbies, a stud. Yeah, but you got to think if Carpenter doesn't hit the 2-run blast, we're talking a different story. One pitch, fouled off behind the plate. Marine Bean in the building. What's good? One-two pitch. I mean, what was more impactful? You know, obviously the Carpenter 2 runs, you know, or the RBI late, you know. And again, you can get the RBI late, but that only gives you 1, you know. And at that point, it would have been 2-1 Mariners, but we lost 3-2. So you have to give Carpenter the love. That was more impactful to get him 2. So, but obviously at the very end of the game, you know, that was big. You know, and obviously you got Carlos Vargas to thank for that. 2-2 pitch. Low and inside at the knees. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kerry Carpenter. Three-two pitch. Inside, and that's a walk to Carpenter. Yeah, so he started playing high school ball in Arizona and then got no offers and then ended up going to Seattle University. And again, if you look at, you know, even the Mariners pitchers, you know, from the small schools from Kirby and Gilbert and Wu, you can find gems that don't go to big schools, especially in baseball. And, you know, maybe that's the reason why Skubal struggles with Seattle, the pressure of the homecoming of playing, you know, a team, you know, close to the, you know, college that he went to in the same state. In Washington and Seattle specifically. So next up is Riley Green. First pitch, high and inside, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Riley Green. Yeah, I mean, you know, 3 for 10 out of Cal and Julio, you know, both going 3 for 5 each, and then 0 for 28 for everyone else. Not ideal. But you got to give the Tigers credit. They earned it and they won, you know. And again, you had a couple bugaboos, you know, obviously by Dan Wilson, you know, subbing in Luke Raley for Victor Robles. That was stupid. Not having, you know, Brash, Bizzardo, and Spire pitch 2 innings. So that way that we didn't have to have Vargas at the end, you know, another mistake, you know, but again, you know, that's Dan. 2-1 pitch, fouls it off. But the bottom line is when you get 2 runs, that's not typically enough to win a game. You know, you have to be shooting for 5 or more. And, you know, we just didn't have a full performance. Kirby played great. The bullpen was great besides Carlos Vargas. Julio and Cal were great. Everyone else, not so much. And Polo was terrible at defense yesterday on top of it. 2-2 pitch popped up into left field, and Randy is there, whose defense actually was good yesterday, believe it or not, and that is 2 away. Let him know, TJ. Next up is Torque, first baseman Spencer Torkelson. Castillo on the mound, Torque in the box. First pitch is high and away, 1-0 count. Yeah, it's crazy to see Randy actually hustle, not only, in left field, but he was also hustling to first, something I haven't seen before. So, maybe that's a sign of things to come. He only plays hard during playoff games. 1-0 pitch, right down the middle, 1 ball and 1 strike to Spencer Torkelson. Top of the first with a runner at first and 2 outs. And again, that leadoff walk from Vargas ended up being the killer. And again, we want to avoid having a player like that play, period. 1-1 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Spencer Torkelson. And I get it. We had nobody left. But again, it's like, if you can avoid pitching Carlos Vargas and Caleb Ferguson, you got to do everything in your fucking power to do that. Even if that means other guys have to pitch 2 innings like Brash, Spire, and Bizzardo. They can do it. This is the fucking playoffs. Big swing and a miss. I mean, what would you rather have? 2 innings by a guy you trust, or 1 inning where you don't trust anything he does? I'll give 2 for Bizzardo, Brash, and Spire over 1 in any situation for Vargas. Two-two pitch, and that is popped up and should stay in play. Randy is there. Thank God it's not a ground ball, and that is out number 3. There we go. Good job by Luis Castillo not giving up a home run or 2 or 3, early on. And let's see if we can get on the board. Let's go to the bottom of the first inning and let's get it done, baby. Leading off for the Mariners in left field, Randy Arozarena. Batting second, catching today for Seattle, big dumper Cal Raleigh. And batting third, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Trident's up, seize the moment. And on the mound, one of the best pitchers in the game, if not the best. He's definitely the best lefty. Now, Garrett Crochet is great, and Paul Skeens is the best righty, more than likely. And you got a few other guys, Hunter Brown and others that are top 5. But this guy has been extremely special the last few years. Even though he's 0-2 against Seattle this year, he beats everybody else. Tarek Skubal. Now, I was about to ask if anyone has heard, and his wife is still in Arizona, right? So baby has not been born yet, and he may have to leave the game at any given moment, right? So, but again, how fast can he get from Seattle to Arizona? I mean, that's still going to take time, right? So, I mean, when, you have a situation of a baby birth, sometimes it lasts a short period of time, and sometimes it's 8, 9, 10, 12 hours. So I guess if he did hop on a plane and she was in the process, he could make the trip to Arizona in an hour or 2, something like that. Maybe shorter depending on the flight path and whatnot. So, but hopefully Naylor gets to play the whole game, because we're going to need him. And we have a big drop off on defense at first if Gino has to get moved there. And then we got Ben at third. And I love Ben Williamson at third base, but I don't really like having Gino at first. We know Randy, Polo, and Gino defensively are kind of liabilities. Every once in a while they can make plays, but I don't trust them. Not like I trust Naylor at first and Julio in center. First pitch from Scooball to Randy. High and away, 1-0 count. And we need to be able to be patient in the box. We need to draw a few walks. Hopefully he hits a couple guys, but they don't get hurt. You know, we need to do bunts. We need to find a way to, any kind of way to be able to try to win this game. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking on the line. 1 ball and 1 strike to Randy Arosarena. And we had quite a few strikeouts looking for both teams yesterday as well. We'll see if that changes. Little slow dribbler right up the middle, and Randy with a hit. There we go. Nice job. I mean, it was a slow dribbler, but we'll take it. Nice job, Randy. 0 for 28, not today. Let's go. Way to bring that electricity, Randy Arosarena. I mean, it wasn't a hard hit ball. I mean, it was a slow dribbler, but it went through in between the second baseman and the shortstop by like this. And again, even if it's by this, it's good enough for a hit. Great job, Randy. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. First pitch to Cal Raleigh, and obviously has to bat right-handed. Fouls that one off, 0-1 count. And nothing would be better if we can get off to an early lead, more than a run. You know, 2-0, 3-0. You know, getting a couple home runs early would be huge. Or 1 home run in an RBI sequence within the first 4 innings. 0-1 pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike to big dumper Cal Raleigh. Reflect in the building, what's good? Sarah in the building, what's good? You know, and again, Julio was awesome, you know, hitting the home run, him going 3 for 5 and Cal going 3 for 5, but everyone else going 0 for 28. Unacceptable, period. 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. He was going for the moon there. 1 ball and 2 strikes to big dumper Cal Raleigh. Come on, Cal. Come on, big dumper. Trident's up. Odin in the building. How are you, bro? I was worried about you. You didn't respond back to my text a couple days ago. Figured maybe you were having a little bit of a rough day or a rough week. But thanks for the recommendations for the Marvel Zombies. I ended up watching all of it in one day. Pitches low and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to big dumper Cal Raleigh. Oh, you're good, bro. You know, I just know how it goes, you know, with you know, the homies and whatnot. You know, sometimes things get pretty tough and whatnot. So, you know, I always will make sure I check up on the people that mean the most. Three-two pitch by Scooball. Big swing and a miss, and a beautiful punch out there by Tarek Scooball. And down goes Cal Raleigh, and that is 1 away. Next time, Cal, we still love you. Next up is Julio Rodriguez. Come on, J-Rod. We need you, baby. You were fantastic yesterday. And we need, you know, everyone to step up besides just Cal and Julio. Randy did his job. He got a hit. Now let's see if Julio can keep his hot streak alive. First pitch, takes a strike looking inside, 0-1 count. $46-47 likes. Let's get to 50 and then get to 100, and let's try to hit 200 or 300 likes today. 0-1 pitch. Fouls that one back to the T-Mobile bricks behind him. No balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Scooball on the mound. Julio in the box. Come on, J-Rod. (0-2) pitch. Fouls that one back to the Google Cloud sign. No balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Julio. 0-2 pitch. Chops it towards third base, foul. No balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. I agree with that, MSU. It'll be definitely a fun little tournament. That's for damn sure. 0-2 pitch, low and away. Good discipline by Julio. Now, if that's Julio Rodriguez in March, April, May, that's a strikeout, 100%. So good for him to be able to learn to be a little bit more patient. And we need to see more battles with pitch 5, pitch 6, pitch 7 against Skubal. 1-2 pitch, fouled off. Behind the plate again, Julio is grinding against Tarek Skubal, who went to Seattle University. 0 for 2 against the Mariners, but pretty much a clean slate against almost everyone else. I think like 14-2 against everyone else in the American League, but 0-2 against the Mariners. 1-2 pitch, big swing and a miss, and an amazing punch out there by Skubal. And Randy is safe at second. Nice job by Skubal getting out Julio, and Randy sliding in safe, stealing a bag. And that's exactly what we need. We need to be able to be aggressive, and you got to be able to time it correctly. Nice job by Randy. And again, we've had kind of some issues, bugaboos with Randy, Polo, and Julio on the base paths this year. And same thing with Gino. We got to make sure that if we're going to go and be aggressive, you got to be able to get there. And next up is Jorge Polanco, flipping the batting order between Polo, Gino, and Naylor when Naylor was the cleanup hitter. Maybe Polo will do a little bit better. We'll find out. First pitch to Polo, pops it up. And that is an easy out at third. McKinstry is there. And that is the end of the first inning. 0-0, Tigers and Mariners in a must-win game for Seattle. As we have tomorrow off and we travel to Detroit, Logan Gilbert will be the starter in Game 3, but we got to find a way to win a game here today. We have to win with Logan in Game 3. If we drop Game 4 with Bryce Miller, so be it. And then we have to try to force a Game 5 with Kirby going against Skubal on limited rest, which I assume is what would happen if we can get it to that. So. Let's see who's up next here in the top of the second for the Detroit Tigers. Next up for the Tigers, DHing Colt Keith. Batting second, catching today, Dylan Dingler. And batting third after making that last out in the first inning, third baseman Zach McKinstry. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 200 likes, 100 on the dono train. And we needed 11 subs to hit 22,500 after gaining 40 or 50 with that Bucks and Seattle matchup earlier today that I did. Looks like we gained a few more. We gained 5 so far. We only need 6 more subs to hit 22,500. Let's go, baby. 6 more to go. Yeah, they got some swaggy jerseys that they're rocking. Obviously, we know, with the Seahawks and the Bucks, they had a pretty cool combo, from 1976 and whatnot. So, all right, hold on one sec. We know Buffalo will beat New England very easily. I had to adjust one of my lights that Paisley accidentally knocked down yesterday, so I think we're good now. Anytime I see any kind of distortion, on the screen itself, obviously that means one of the lights is off cue and whatnot, so we're good now. All right, top of the second inning, Luis Castillo on the mound, Colt Keith in the box. 1-0 pitch, fouled off. Right down the middle with that sinker. 1 ball and 1 strike to Colt. Big swing and a miss on that 1-1 pitch by Luis Castillo. Sinker, 94 miles an hour. Colt Keith in the box. One-two pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Castillo to Keith. 2-2 pitch, low and inside. Come on, Castillo. Yeah, and again, having 4 out of our 5 starters hurt this year besides Castillo wasn't ideal either. Pitch is high and away, and Keith goes to first. Next up is Dylan Dingler. We're going to need a strikeout and a double play, or a double play and a strikeout. Come on now. Yeah, but Lions are still one of the best teams in the NFC, and they could make the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship game against the Eagles. I feel like Eagles, even though they lost to Denver today, they're the best in the NFC, but I do believe the Lions and Bucks are right below them, and then right below the Lions and the Bucks is everyone else. Niners, Seahawks, Rams, Packers, and all the other teams that are kind of vying for a spot. We'll see if the Commanders can get better with Jaden Daniels being healthy, but, there's a lot of good teams in the NFC, but only 2 teams can make it in the NFC Championship game. Pops up, and down goes Dingler. We'll take that. And that is 1 away. Next up is Zach McKinstry. Castillo on the mound, McKinstry in the box. Yeah, Randy is going to run today. Obviously he plays hard in the playoffs, apparently only. But he played good defense, ran hard to first, and he even got a base hit today. So, we're going to need Randy to not only hustle, but we might need Randy to hit a home run or get a big RBI. Pitch fouled off by McKinstry. 0-1 pitch from Castillo. High and inside with a 4-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike to Zach McKinstry. One pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Zach McKinstry. Top of the second inning in ALDS game number 2. Castillo on the mound, McKinstry in the box. We're knotted up at 0 here early. Tigers took game 1, 3-2, and we need to find a way to tie this up somehow, some way. 2-1 pitch, and crushes it into behind the plate there on the booking.com sign. 2 balls, 2 strikes with a runner at first and 1 out. Come on, Castillo. Let him know, TJ. Yeah, I'll be doing Monday Night Football, Chiefs and Jags, and that's going to be a trap game for Kansas City. Even though Kansas City may not be as good as they were in previous years, they still will more than likely be a playoff team. You're going to get 2 teams from the, West, Chiefs, Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers, Broncos. A combination of those 3 teams. 2 are going to make it, right? And then obviously you're going to get probably the Colts and the Jags that'll make it. Throw to second, safe. And then obviously in the North, it'll probably be only 1 team, the Steelers, as long as they don't get any injuries, and only 1 team in the East, the Bills. So it definitely opens the door, for the 3 teams in the West, Broncos, Chiefs, and Chargers, to battle it out for 2 spots. And then if the Colts and Jags can keep on winning, they will both get in from the AFC South. And we haven't had 2 teams from the South in quite a while. And we got runners at first and second now. Come on, Castillo. And bunt shown, but he foul tips it into Cal's glove. 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch. Fouls that one off. No balls and 2 strikes to Javi Baez. And Hinch is a great, manager. He knows how to coach and manage a team. And again, just like he said, 3 hits in a row, it's easier said than done, but they have the team to do it, and so do we. It's all about executing. 0-2 pitch, low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Castillo to Baez. And, it's no surprise when you get catchers that end up being managers. They definitely understand the game on a different level. 1-2 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Javi Baez. Come on, Castillo. Javi Baez in the box. Luis Castillo on the mound. And Baez grounds out to the catcher. McKinstry to second, Keith to third. 2 away. Next up, center fielder Parker Meadows with runners at second and third and 2 outs. Tigers are threatening. Come on, Luis, settle down and settle in. Yeah. And again, if you look at the splits from Kirby and Castillo at home and on the road, ERAs around 3 at home, on the road like 5 and 6. So again, we had no choice. We're going to go with Logan Gilbert, who's good at home and on the road, and then more than likely Bryce Miller in game 4. And then we have to pray that we can make it to game 5 back in Seattle, and it'll be Kirby again against Skubal on short rest, more than likely. All 3 runs scored with 2 outs, the Tigers. That's kind of like the Mariners. That's what we do as well. First pitch, crushes it into left field, foul. 0-1 count. Top of the second inning, runners at second and third with 2 outs. Castillo on the mound, Meadows in the box. Come on, Luis. Takes a strike right there, right down the middle. 4-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour. Here we go. No balls and 2 strikes to Parker Meadows. 0-2 pitch, high and inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Parker Meadows. Come on, baby. Meadows in the box. Castillo on the mound. Did he go? No, he did not. Pitch was outside. If it was yesterday's ump, that might have been a strike or a ball. Who knows? But I think we're going to get a little bit more consistency in this ump today. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and that wasn't even close to being strike 3, even though the crowd thought so. 2-2 pitch, fouled off towards first base. And obviously, I'm looking at multiple pitch graphs, through MLB.com, ESPN.com, and others. So, and also, obviously, the broadcast itself. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners at second and third. 2-2 pitch, popped up, and that's fading out of play towards that left field line. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Parker Meadows. Come on, Ems, find a way, dig deep. Come on, Luis. Castillo on the mound, Parker Meadows in the box. Bring that electricity, Luis Castillo. Come on now. Two-two pitch. Got him. And we get out of the inning unscathed, even though they had runners at second and third. That a boy. you might have been a little shaky there. And again, it's just like in football. You can give up first downs, but again, as long as you're not giving up points, way to be. Nice job with that electricity. Nice job, Luis Castillo. Now we have to be able to try to get on the board here first. Next up for the Mariners in the 5-hole, third baseman, good vibes only, Eugenio Suarez. Let's go, Gino. Batting second with a baby on the way, first baseman, it's Nails. Big grumper, Josh Naylor. And batting third, DHing, Mitch Garver. Don't think I really agree with Mitch Garver playing. I get it. We're going against a lefty, but I truly do believe anybody but Mitch would have a better chance of getting a hit. Left-handed Cole Young, Ben Williamson, Leo Rivas would be great, in that spot right there, but again, that's Dan Wilson, maybe with the lack of inexperience, by putting in Luke Raley for Victor Robles. That was stupid. Luke shouldn't even be on the fucking team right now. He's like Dylan Moore. He's not worth a spot on the roster. He's not good at offense. He's not good at defense. His timing is off. What are we doing? And again, every player matters. But again, it's not, like Luke Raley lost it for us. I mean, Julio and Cal were the only ones to get 3 hits each, and everyone else went 0 for 28. So you can point the blame not only at Vargas, and Luke Raley, but our studs. Randy didn't show up. Polo didn't show up. Naylor didn't show up. JP didn't show up, and we need guys to fucking show up. And at least Randy, ended up getting a single early, but we're going to need a team effort. And hopefully we get that here today. Yeah, I'd rather have Rivas at second base and Polo at DH because Polo is a nightmare at defense like Gino sometimes, and especially Randy. 100%. And the simple fact that Dan is too stupid to realize Leo gives us a better chance to win and having Polo at DH. Now I get it when you have, Garver catching and you have to put Cal at DH. Okay, fine. But in a situation like this, it's okay to have one batter, that doesn't have to be fucking right-handed against a lefty. And Leo gives you better offense, better defense, and he's even a better hitter than Mitch Garver. So, again, Dan is not the brightest. And again, the sad thing is what Dan did yesterday, 99% of managers would have done the same thing. They don't think outside the box. You only get like 1 or 2 managers in the entire big leagues that kind of thinks outside of the box. And, I agree. I think Leo Rivas should have been starting for us at second for the whole year and, have Polo DH the whole year, instead of having, a guy that you may or may not be able to believe in. We've had, Mike Ford and Jared Vogelback. We like these big guys, at DH. And then now, we're going to a point where we're just throwing anybody in there. First pitch fouled off by Gino, 0-1 count. But I 100% agree. And again, baseball because I feel the same way. And I know you're not the only one. And I'm not the only one that would agree that Rivas plays better with JP. And that's a better option, offense and defense. 1-1 pitch hit deep into center field, stays in play, and that is 1 away. Because defense and pitching are going to win you games and championships. It's not going to be just hitting and, Polo jumping in the air like an idiot and then missing a ball late, with Vargas. Polo's to blame too, but again, it's like Randy. If you don't actually talk to him and discipline him, he's going to continue to do the same shit over and over. Next up is Josh Naylor. Let's go, Josh. Work the count. First pitch, Naylor swings, slow dribbler to first. That ain't going to get the job done, Josh. We love you, and we want you to be a part of Seattle's future for long term. But be patient, my guy. It's like you guys are hurting the team by swinging at the first pitch and getting out. That's not getting Screwball's pitch count up. Next up is Mitch Garver. And who knows, maybe Mitch will be the hero. Maybe he'll have a home run. Maybe he'll have a big RBI. But again, if Mitch can get 1 hit and get walked once out of 4 at-bats or 5 at-bats, that would be ideal. But, I don't really want him to have 5 fucking at-bats. Give him a couple and then put in Leo Rivas, which should have been already from the very start. But, this left-handed versus right-handed bullshit is so stupid. Takes a strike looking there on back-to-back pitches. No balls and 2 strikes to Mitch Garver. Yeah, and Rivas has got better baseball IQ as well. Very smart, patient hitter. 0-2 pitch. Fouls that one off. O2 pitch. Big swing and a miss, and Scooball takes care of Mitch Garver. And again, based on watching that at bat, why do we have Mitch Garver at DH? We need to maximize every position that we have with our best players, and that means Leo Rivas should, be playing second. And if they're not going to put him at second and you're dumb, put him at DH at least to help us win. Because he can bunt. He gives you more options. He's a better base runner, better defender, better baseball IQ. He'll work the count. Like, why is Dan so stupid that fans that watch games from beginning to end could manage a team better than him? And he's a quote-unquote professional. Like, come on. I know you got Seitzer and Edgar in your ear, but you got to be able to step up. And, you can't make friends with everyone. But again, this, we got to have strong lineups from top to bottom. We just can't afford just to throw a garbage player in there and hope that he does something. Stupid. All right, end of the second inning, 0-0, Tigers and Mariners. At least the pitching from Castillo has kept us in the game. And great job by Scooball here early. He is the best pitcher in the game, not named Paul Skeens or Garrett Crochet. But a lot of people, including myself, think he's the best pitcher in the game, and I truly believe he is. And he has been for the last couple years. Even though Skeens is great, he doesn't get run support. I get it. And Crochet is amazing, and Hunter Brown and a few others are amazing. But Scooball is kind of in a category of his own. He's the best lefty. Skeens is the best righty. And Crochet is close to Scooball. There's no doubt about that. Their stats are very similar. But if you had to choose one or the other, I think most people would choose Scooball. So let's go to the top of the third inning. 0-0, Tigers and Mariners. Next up, 0-1 with a K, back at the top of the order, former Yankee Gleyber Torres. He's probably happy he's not there anymore. Batting second, 0-0 with a walk. Right fielder, Kerry Carpenter, the hero yesterday with a 2-run blast. And batting third, 0-1, left fielder, absolute stud, Riley Green. I mean, imagine if Leo Rivas was on the team for the whole year and not Dylan Moore. How many more wins would we have gotten? We might have been able to get to like 95, 96 wins. We would have gotten at least 5 or 6 more wins with just Rivas in the lineup, and he probably would have won us a few games, just like Cole Young and a few other guys that are, kind of role players, but again, it's either baseball or you don't. And again, he's never managed before, but it doesn't take, I think, a whole lot. Some stuff is kind of common sense, on who's playing well and who's not. But, again, you can't make friends with everyone, especially in the postseason. And we hit 22,500 just now. Let's go. 100 subs to 22,600. Let's go. Shout out to all the new subs that we've acquired here today. 0-1 pitch. And that one is fouled off. No balls and 2 strikes to Gleyber Torres. Castillo on the mound. Gleyber Torres in the box. 0-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. And that's the Luis Castillo La Piedra I love. There we go. And that is 1 away. Nice punch out. Next up is Kerry Carpenter. First pitch, big swing and a miss by Kerry Carpenter, 0-1 count. I mean, again, when you get people coming in here and, they have certain opinions and they're only watching, a game here and a game there, it's not going to be the same as people like us that are watching every game, beginning to end, every pitch. You're going to have a different perspective on the team than someone who's a casual fan that watches when they want or once in a while. You have to be able to watch, throughout the whole year to kind of get a gauge on how things are going. And, having Dylan Moore on the roster for as long as we did, definitely hurt our chances of trying to get to 100 wins, let alone 95. 0-2 pitch. And in play, little slow dribbler there. Throw to first. And that is 2 away. Next up, left fielder stud, Riley Green. Great baseball IQ, can hit with power, does strike out, from time to time. But again, who doesn't, and again, when you can get a guy that can hit 30 to 40 home runs, again, a big X factor on the roster. And is he going to win the game for the Tigers, every time they play? No. It might be Torque one day, Kerry Carpenter the next, Riley Green on the next, right? But again, definitely a player that I wouldn't mind having on my own roster as well. I think he's a stud. 1-0 pitch, big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike to Riley Green. Popped up. And we should be able to get out number 3 right here. Julio is there. 9 pitches, that's what we like. And we got the no-fly zone out there with Julio Rodriguez getting the job done. 1 hit for the Mariners. Nothing for the Tigers just yet. And hopefully we can end up getting something going here. We got to get on the board. Next up for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 3rd, right fielder Victor Robles. And don't fucking bring in Luke Raley. Golly, that was so stupid yesterday. We missed out on a couple at-bats and better defense in right field. Luke Raley is not the fucking answer. Batting second, 0 for 0 in the 9-hole shortstop, J.P. Crawford. And back at the top of the order, who actually has a hit, Randy Arosarena. Trident's up, let's go M's, seize the moment. And we're at 22,500 subs, 100 to go to 22,600, 500 to go to be able to hit 23,000. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Got to find a way. Let them know. And again, I need everyone that's a regular in the room to help out. I mean, if you got 500 in the room, we should be already at 200 likes. And again, sometimes some of the individuals that are just watching have either forgot or just need a little bit of a nudge. Instead of me saying it, 10, 15 times throughout the stream, it's up to the regulars and the mods to be able to do a team effort here. So that way we can hit 200 likes, 300 likes, and then kind of go from there. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 0-0, Tigers and Mariners. Let's go. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 300 likes, 100 on the dono train. And we already hit our sub goal. Let's see if we can get another 50 before the stream ends. Let's go. And we're still waiting on our first dono on our dono train. First pitch to Victor Robles. Fouls that one off right down the middle, 0-1 count. Pitch is high and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Victor Robles. Back-to-back 4-seam fastballs by Tarek Skubal. Appreciate that, Scott. 1-1 pitch inside, almost hits Victor Robles. 2 balls and 1 strike from Skubal to Robles. 2-1 pitch. Low and at the knees. Low and away. 3 balls and 1 strike to Victor Robles. Three-one pitch. Crushes it into right field, foul. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Victor Robles. There we go. TJK is getting us started with the tenor. Appreciate you. We hit around that 140, 150 range on the dono train yesterday. And now we're at 10, 90 to go to hit our first goal. Pitches outside, and that's a walk. Appreciate you. TJK with the first dono to the channel. Stacks. Racks with a little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Appreciate you. We're at 10 on the dono train, 90 to go. Appreciate you. Next up is JP Crawford. And again, we have to be able to think outside the box. And if that means bunting at some point in the game with a few of the players like Victor and JP, we need to do it. First pitch, takes a strike looking outside, low and away with the sinker. 86 miles an hour. 96 miles an hour. 0-1 count. Screwball on the mound. JP in the box. 0-1 pitch. Crushed towards third base. Foul. No balls and 2 strikes to JP Crawford. Hopefully Paddock is okay there in the dugout. (0-2 pitch, and JP fouls that one off. No balls and 2 strikes to JP Crawford. And we know JP, he can do it defensively, but we need the bat to come alive at some point. And we know he's not going to hit a home run, every single at bat. No one is. But again, we need him to be able to step up and, singles, doubles, ground rule doubles. And then, obviously the big unexpected home run. He is one of those guys that could bring that magic. I mean, anytime you get a guy that's got under 20 homers for the year, at some point they're going to be due if they can get that right pitch. Flying Monk with a tenor. Appreciate you. (0-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Down goes JP. And that is 1 away. Stacks. Racks with a little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Another $10 holla. Appreciate you. We're at 20, 80 to go for the dono train. Next up is Randy Arosarena, who actually was hustling, with his defense and hustling to first and got a base hit. Since Cal and Julio went 3 hits each and everyone else went 0 for 28 yesterday. So again, Randy doing his job. Let's see if Randy can get another one. 1-0 pitch. Low and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Randy Arosarena. And Randy is overdue for a home run. I mean, we know that his defense in left field is terrible at best, but again, he can hit. And obviously it seems like he's actually playing a little bit harder because this is the playoffs, which he wish he had that effort in the regular season, but it is what it is. 2-0 pitch, takes a strike swinging. Low and at the knees with that slider. Beautiful pitch there by Tarek Skubal. 2 balls and 1 strike with a runner at first and 1 out. 0-0 Tigers and Mariners. Let him know, Jerry. Throw to first, safe. Let's go, baby. We should be able to get to 200 by at least the 4th or 5th inning. And then hopefully finish somewhere in that 300 to 400 range. 2-1 pitch. Takes a strike looking there. And that was inside. Kind of questionable call. Could have been a ball as well. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Skubal to Arosarena. Randy on the 2-2 pitch, fouls it back behind the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arosarena. Come on, Randy. And a little chopper behind the plate towards the booking.com sign. 2 balls, 2 strikes with a runner at first and 1 out. And it definitely feels like, this is going to be a grind, just like the Phillies and Dodgers series typically is going to be a grind as well. Other matchups are more of a blowout, with the Brewers and the Cubs and obviously the Blue Jays and the Yankees here early on. And a throw back to first, trying to keep Victor honest. Two pitch, Randy pops it up, but it stays in play, and that is 2 away. Robles back to first. All right, if there was a time that we needed Cal Raleigh to step up and get a big RBI or home run, it might be right now. Let's go, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go. 2-0 Mariners off Skubal. Let's get it. Come on, Cal. First pitch to Cal, line drive, and right to him, right to Javi Baez. And Cal needs to work the count. He's been overly aggressive and swinging at first pitch, and multiple at-bats. That's not going to help us. I appreciate that you ended up going 3 for 5 yesterday with Julio, but, your first 2 at-bats have been garbage. Skubal, you need to work the count. And if Cal, and the rest are able to get to pitch 5, pitch 6, pitch 7, that's when you're going to find your pitch that if you connect on the sweet spot, right, you're going to be able to homer or get a big RBI. You ain't going to be able to get it on the first fucking pitch in the set. It's going to turn into a pop-up or a ground out more times than not. Come on, Cal. End of the 3rd inning, 0-0, Tigers and Mariners. And again, we had this problem yesterday of not working the count. You want to make sure you get the pitch count up for the opposing pitcher, especially when he's arguably the best pitcher in the game. Someone didn't get the memo. Next up, 0 for 1 here in the top of the 4th, first baseman Spencer Torkelson. Batting second, 0 for 0 with a base on ball, DHing Colt Keith. And batting third, 0 for 1, catcher Dylan Dingler. I do too. All right, let's take a look at the stats for both pitchers up to this point where we go into the top of the 4th. Luis Castillo, 3 innings pitched, no hits, no earned runs, 3 walks, 3 Ks, 60 pitches, 37 strikes. And the best pitcher in the game, where's he at? 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks, 44 pitches, 32 strikes. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 300 likes, 100 on the dono train. And we've already gained 20 subs. Let's see if we can get another 30 in the next few innings. Let's go. Gained another 5 subs. First pitch in there, takes a strike looking to Torque. 0-1 count. 95 subs to go to 22,000. 600. Shout out to all the new subs that we've acquired here today and all the ones that we've acquired as of late. 0-1 pitch. High and inside. Batting helmet comes off there for Torque. 1 ball and 1 strike to Spencer Torkelson. 1-1 pitch. Fouled off towards that third base line. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Spencer Torkelson. Come on, baby. Let's go. Got to have faith. We didn't play, all year to get swept. We have to try to find a way to win this game. Any means necessary. 1-2 pitch. Julio Rodriguez is there. And that is 1 away. We got to be very thankful we got a player like this in center field to play defense, especially when we got 3 guys at defense that aren't the greatest in Randy Arozarena, Jorge Polanco, and Eugenio Suarez. So, yeah, they can make plays from time to time, but they're not like JP. They're not like Julio, and some of the others that actually can play defense. Facts. Next up is Colt Keith. Keith pops it up, and it is fading out of play. Castillo on the mound. Colt Keith in the box. Top of the 4th inning, 0-0 Tigers and Mariners. And again, this is going to be a war. It's going to be a battle. And again, it's going to be a very difficult, grinded out type of series. And again, we know the Phillies and Dodgers are going to be the same. It's going to be a grinded out. And obviously the lopsided series might end up being the Blue Jays and the Cubs. And obviously what we've seen from Toronto on New York early on, it hasn't really been that close in those games up to this point. But Phillies, Dodgers, Tigers, Mariners, they match up really even. And we just have to dig deep and find a way. Let him know, Jerry. First pitch in there, fouled off, 0-1 count to Cole Keith. 0-1 pitch, high and away with that sinker. 1 ball and 1 strike to Colt Keith. 1-1 pitch, and Keith pops it up. Victor Robles is there, and that is 2 away. Good defense there by Victor Robles. Next up is catcher Dylan Dingler. First pitch in there, takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. And for Castillo to be still sitting at a 0, is nice at this point. Popped up, and Julio is there. Another 9-pitch inning. We like that. Nice job by Julio Rodriguez doing what he does in the no-fly zone. Luis Castillo's got a fucking no-hitter right now, right? I don't know if we all predicted that, and we thought George Kirby played well, besides giving up that 1 bad pitch right down the middle to Kerry Carpenter when he had a 2-run blast after Julio ended up hitting a home run to put us with a 1-0 lead, and then Carpenter had that 2-run blast to give them the 2-1 lead. But right now, Luis Castillo doing exactly what we wanted him to do. His splits are much better at home than they are on the road. If your ERA is 3 at home and 6 on the road, obviously we have to use him, in the right time, in the right place. And so far, Luis Castillo is doing his job. Now can we get the hitters to do theirs? Let's see who's up next here for the Mariners, and let's get on the fucking board. Let's go. Next up for the Mariners, 0-for-1 with a K, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. You know what you can do. Batting second, 0-for-1, second baseman Jorge Polanco. And batting third, 0-for-1, third baseman, good vibes only, Eugenio Suarez. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Seize the moment. It's one of those things that happens on streams when you start getting a little bit bigger. When I do NFL and college football, sometimes I'll get, 50 of them, and I just got to be able to boot them out and whatnot. So unfortunately, this is the first time I've seen an MLB one, but, you just have to give it time depending on what you do. And I do everything on the channel, baseball, basketball, football, hockey, NASCAR, wrestling. So, you have to assume that you're going to get bots no matter what, especially when you start becoming a bigger channel. So bottom of the fourth inning, 0-0 here early. Where are we sitting on the likes? We got 516 in the room. Likes up, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 300 likes, 100 on the dono train. And we've already gained, 20 subs. Let's see if we can gain another 30 to 50 before the stream is up. And hopefully we get a little bit of magic out of Julio Rodriguez. Trident's up. Let's go, Julio. First pitch, high and away with that slider. 89 miles an hour by Tarek Skubal. 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. Julio, and that is fouled off towards right field. 1 ball and 1 strike to Julio Rodriguez. Bottom of the fourth, 0-0 Tigers and Mariners. 55 more likes to get to 200. We got 520 in the room plus. Let's go. Pitches inside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Julio Rodriguez. 2-1 pitch. Julio crushes that one, and that one is fading foul, and then jumps into the crowd about 10 rows back. Great souvenir for that Mariner fan. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Skubal to Julio. Yeah, and it's nice. I mean, we've had, a wide number of people, a part of the channel. Some have been fans recently within the last 5 to 10 years. And there's a lot of us that have been fans for 40 years or more. So there's a lot of us, from the 70s, the early 80s or the mid 80s, and again, I may look young, but I've been repping this team for 40 years. So this has been something that has been a big part of my life. And it's just the beginning for this Seattle organization. 2-2 pitch. Pitch is inside. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. And again, we went to the playoffs 2 times in the last 3 years. And from now till 2042, we might make it 10, 12 more times. So, there's going to be, some years where we don't make it, but this could be the beginning of actually making it and winning the division more than just 1 year in a row, which would be nice. We know how good the Astros, Rangers typically are. And we know that the Angels and the A's still got a ways to go. 3-2 pitch. Julio pops it up. Should be a routine play for the Tigers infield. And Torque is there. And that is 1 away. Next up is Jorge Polanco. Come on, Polo. I mean, you got to make up for your defensive woes. Somebody's got to hit that home run to get us going. Let him know, Jerry. Appreciate you. First pitch, low and away with that 4-seam fastball. Almost 100 miles an hour, 99. 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. Low and at the knees. Probably should have been called a strike, but called ball there. And if we can get Skubal with a couple walks or hit a guy, just to kind of get him a little flustered, then that might be all we need to kind of get going. I mean, unless we can actually connect on a home run. 2-0 pitch. Polo! Come on, let's go. You show the photo of the home run, and guess what? You get it, baby. The sports gods do it again. 1-0 Mariners. You ask for a home run, you get a home run. Let's go, Polo. Thank you, sports gods. Thank you. 1-0 Seattle. Let's go, baby. My ESP strikes again. And if you noticed, I'm not throwing up Trident photos, for any player. It's very timed. And again, if there was a time that we needed Polo to make up for that shitty defense yesterday, he did it right there. 1-0 M's. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah. First pitch to Gino. High and away. 1-0 count. Let's go, baby. Flying Monk with a tenor on the Dono train. Let's go, baby. I told you, be patient. Pitches high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Eugenio Suarez. Let's go, Gino. Big swing and a miss by Gino. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Skubal to Suarez. And again, sometimes it's just kind of a feeling, based on the photos I select and the feeling that I get, if this is a chance that we can get it done. And no one's going to be 100% correct with predictions, but we're pretty good here on the NWSF. We'll come up with a few predictions every day. 2-2 pitch, and Gino strikes out looking. Swing the bat, Gino. Next up is Josh Naylor. And please, for the love of God, don't swing at the first pitch. Work the count. First pitch is low and away. 1-0 count. Let's go, baby. Big swing and a miss there by Naylor. 1 ball and 1 strike from Skubal to Naylor. And again, we get that early home run like we did yesterday with Julio, but we need to add on. That has to be just the starting point of this game. 1-1 pitch, and then he fouls that one off towards first base. Foul. Sinker, 98 miles an hour by Tarek Skubal. Bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Mariners. Got to win this game, and we got to win in 5. Come back home next Friday. George Kirby versus Tarek Skubal for all the marbles. One-two pitch. Big swing and a miss by Naylor, but not after. We end up getting the magic that I felt that could happen. Jorge Polanco getting the job done. 1-0 Seattle. Hell yeah. Polo being a hero early on and Castillo pitching like a G. Let's go. End of the 4th inning. 1-0 Mariners. Let's go. Let them know. 34 more to get to 200. Let's get it. Stacks, racks with a little cactus jack. Bang, bang. Appreciate you and your love and support to the channel. Let's go. Oh, thank God. We needed that so bad. All right, let's see who's up next here for the Tigers in the top of the 5th inning. Next up for the Tigers, in the 7-hole, 0-for-0 with a base on ball, third baseman Zach McKinstry. Batting second, 0-for-1, shortstop Javi Baez. And batting third, 0-for-1 with a K, center fielder Parker Meadows. Let's go, baby. Trident's up. Seize the moment. Got to find a way to win this game, tie up the series. Go to Detroit on Tuesday, win with Logan Gilbert. Possibly drop game 4 if it's Bryce Miller. come back to Seattle on Friday. Eric Skubal, George Kirby to make it against the Blue Jays in the ALCS. Let's go. Let's go, baby. You the man. Your defense is suspect, but you can hit. Good job, Polo. First pitch to McKinstry. Oh, look, it's Randy. And as long as it's not a ground ball, we're good to go. And that is one away. Good defense there by Randy in left field. Next up is Javi Baez. Keep it going, Luis Castillo. Still pitching a no-hitter. Unbelievable. And, for anyone that was like, well, I don't know if we should be pitching Luis. He's much worse on the road. Imagine a guy that's got an ERA of around 3 at home and then like 6 on the road. So this was a very calculated and smart decision, which we don't normally say about Dan Wilson. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike to Javi Baez. Top of the 5th, 1-0 Mariner lead with a big solo dinger by Jorge Polanco. And again, we need more. We still got to be shooting for 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. Big swing and a miss by Javi. Slider, nasty by Luis Castillo La Piedra. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Javi Baez. Mike in the building, what's good? And I just noticed now on the Cash App, Odin's son ended up sending a $20 dono at the very beginning of the stream. I don't know if he's still in here or not. Probably not, but I appreciate you. Stacks, racks with a little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Appreciate you, Odin. And that's the 4th walk there by Luis Castillo. Next up is Parker Meadows. First pitch, low and at the knees. Probably should have been called strike. It's right there on the corner, doesn't get the call. But this ump is much better than yesterday's ump that was calling strikes, balls, strikes outside of the zone, and not like inside or outside, but up and down, which was odd. Pitches low and away. He had no consistency whatsoever for either team. 2 balls and no strikes to Parker Meadows. Two-oh pitch. Takes a strike looking there, low and in the zone. Beautiful sinker there. 95 miles an hour by Luis Castillo. I like the way that you think. And again, exit velo is something to look at. And a double play. And the throw at first is short. But at least we got the fielder's choice at second. Baez out at second. And a good try, but just not enough time there. Next up is Gleyber Torres. Yeah, and again, I'm a nerd, with like analytics and obviously stats. So things like that, I definitely look at, and I appreciate you being able to add that in the chat. And again, you can definitely tell who's got a good baseball IQ based on what people are typing in the chat as well. Next up is Gleyber Torres. First pitch to Torres, big swing and a miss, 0-1 count. Yeah, and if Randy does homer, it would be beautiful. It was like a 3-run jack, so that way it's not just another solo dinger, which we'll take. But, to beat the Tigers, it kind of feels like you have to get to 5 to feel like kind of comfortable. If you're only at 3 or less, you might lose. So you got to be able to find a way to get that big, 2-run, 3-run, jack. You're probably not going to get a grand salami, but, you never know. 1 ball and 1 strike to Gleyber Torres. But Castillo has been phenomenal today. Kirby was great besides that 1 pitch that Carpenter took yard. 1-1 pitch, runner goes. And Torres fouls that one off. Runner has to go back to first. Weather in Oregon is beautiful. Again, normally in the Pacific Northwest, Oregon and Washington are very similar based on, scenery. When you drive into Washington and drive into Oregon, it's very, very similar. A little bit more rain in Seattle, though, than in where I'm at. But we still get a good heavy dose. Pitch fouled off high and away there by Gleyber Torres, the former Yankee. Probably very thankful he's no longer there. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Castillo to Torres. Jorge Polanco solo dinger just a couple minutes ago. Runner goes, line drive, and that's a hit. And that's a good hit and run right there by the Tigers. That was beautifully executed by Parker Meadows getting to third, and now Gleyber at first. And now next up is Kerry Carpenter. Is Luis's day done? First hit of the night. He's at 85 pitches. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 300 likes, 100 on the dono train, and 50 to 100 subs. Let's go. All right, Gabe Spire coming in, so that's the call there. And what a fantastic job by Luis Castillo, giving up his first hit, not giving up any runs. Obviously, that hit and run was executed beautifully by Parker Meadows. And again, it gave an opportunity, for Gleyber Torres to come up with that hit. And it kind of felt like Luis saw it on the corner of his eye, that runner go. And sometimes when you see a runner go in the corner of your eye, your delivery isn't great. And, you got to give the Tigers credit. They executed that perfectly. Now we just have to hope that Gabe can get one more out to keep that runner stranded at third. But great job by Luis Castillo. 4 and 2 forwards, 1 hit, no earned runs, 4 walks, 3 hits. And Luis was the man. And again, if he feels like the pitcher, this is the strategy that he wants to go, a lot of times I don't agree with Dan with a lot of the things that he does, but I don't really mind, him putting in Gabe in this situation. I don't think it's a bad move. It seems like Luis was starting to lose a little bit of his touch, at this point. And he was almost at 90 pitches. It's not like he was at 70. So first pitch fouled off. Second pitch takes a strike right down the middle with back-to-back sinkers. One more strike and we get out of this. Let's go. No balls and 2 strikes from Spire to Carpenter. 0-2 pitch, high and away. One ball and 2 strikes from Spire to Carpenter. And we also have to think about starting an opportunity for Spire to go 2 innings, Brash to go 2 innings, Bizzardo to go 2 innings, so we don't see Vargas at all. Gabe Spire on the mound, Kerry Carpenter in the box. Top of the 5th, runners at first and third with 2 outs. Mariners up 1-0 after Jorge Polanco homered to left center for 392 feet. And that just happened a few minutes ago. Come on, Gabe. Big swing and a miss. Got him. And there we go. Again, you want to make sure that you're making the right move at the right time. Now, if Luis Castillo was still in, right, is there a chance that he would have let that game open up and then all of a sudden we're down, 2-1 or 3-1? So again, I don't usually agree a lot of times with Dan Wilson, but this time to make that change, it kind of felt like the right move, and again, thankfully Gabe was the good Gabe, not the bad Gabe. Otherwise the same thing could have happened to Castillo and maybe given up a run or 2 or 3. So again, great job by Dan Wilson, great job by Gabe, great job by Luis Castillo, and great job by Polo. Now we need to be able to add on and get a little bit more insurance as this game progresses. Great job by the M's up to this point. Let's see who's up next here for the Mariners in the bottom of the 5th inning. Let's see if we can get one more run in this inning. Next up, 0 for 1 with a K, DHing Mitch Garver. Having Mitch Garver play doesn't make any fucking sense. I get it. We have a lefty pitcher, but what kind of opportunities do you really expect Mitch to do? Maybe he'll be the guy that gets the unexpected home run or a big RBI. But in Mitch's case, getting 1 hit out of 5 at-bats and getting walked and another at-bat is like an ideal day for him. And for everyone else, that's kind of a shitty day. I know going 0 for 4, 0 for 5 is much worse, but Leo Rivas would have been a much better option than Mitch Garver. And hopefully Mitch gets replaced at some point so we can get 2 at-bats by somebody better. But you never know. Sometimes guys like Mitch end up being the unexpected hero. He has won us a couple games this year. Remember that. Next up, 0 for 0 with a base on ball, right fielder Victor Robles. And don't you dare put in Luke Raley for Victor Robles like you did in game 1, Dan. Don't be an idiot. Because it's about his defense in right field and his hitting. And we know that Luke can't do either one. And batting third, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. Captain with a 5er. Appreciate you. Stacks. Rax with a little cactus jack. Bang, bang. Appreciate you too, man. You know, like I said, that would have been a tough one either way. And first pitch by Garver. Pops it up. Wow, what a catch. Unbelievable catch out there. Kerry Carpenter, man, he can hit and he can play defense. I didn't know if he was actually going to get that, but, you know, Garver with a little bloop. And look at Kerry coming in. Beautiful defense by Kerry Carpenter. All right, we're at 200. Let's see if we can get to 300 before the 9th or 8th inning. First pitch to Victor Robles from Skubal. Takes a strike looking. 0-1 count. Yeah, they don't play Leo that much, but they should. He should be starting at second base over Polo. Polo should be the DH. Like, you know, like fans that watch the game shouldn't be smarter than the managers that are coaching professionally. But 1-1 pitch, and Robles pops up. Should be a routine play here for the outfield. And Parker Meadows has the good speed out there, 2 away. Next up is J.P. Crawford. Find a way to get on base, JP, any way possible. And I still am looking for the Mariners to bunt at some point in this game. We're at 55. We had a 20 also captained by Odin. There we go. There we go. What did I say, baby? What did I say? You know, again, when you know a ball club and what they can do, you know, you want a bunt, and then all of a sudden, magically, it happens 10 seconds later. I mean, my ESP is on point. Polo home run, and now we get JP with the bunt, and it's not like, you know, we talk about it every single inning, you know, but he is one of those guys. Robles and, you know, JP, you bunt, they're not going to be able to field it properly, and sometimes the throw to first is wild, like right there, and as long as you run with speed, you're going to make it. And again, we should be bunting more often. Every day, we should be bunting at least one to 3 times a game. Because again, if you do it right, you know, more times than not, you're going to be safe. There we go. Nice job, baby. Oh, 1 pitch to Randy, high and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Randy Arozarena. But again, you know, it's all about how much baseball do you watch? Do you understand, you know, what your strengths and weaknesses are with your team and what needs to be done? And obviously we stopped playing small ball when we started to lose after our 9 consecutive series win streak at the beginning of the year. We were bunting a lot back then. And then all of a sudden we hit the skid and we started losing games because why? Because we stopped doing the things that, you know, helped us win, like small ball and bunting. Great job by JP. And hopefully we'll get a few other guys to continue that trend in the playoffs. 1-2 pitch. Low and away with the changeup by Skubal. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. Blue Jay in the building. What's good? Big swing and a miss. And down Randy goes. And if you bunt in the shower, I don't think that's called bunting. End of the 5th inning. 1-0 Mariners. All right, let's see who's up next here for the Tigers in the top of the 6th. Next up for the Tigers, 0 for 2, Riley Green. Batting second, 0 for 2, first baseman Spencer Torkelson. And batting third, 0 for 1 with a base on ball, DHing Colt Keith. And I'm wondering if we're going to keep Gabe out there. We should. I mean, he only had limited pitches there. Let him keep going. Yeah, JP bunted. Good to see you too, my guy. $55, 45 to go to hit the goal. We got 500 in the room. Where are we at on the likes? We should be able to hit 300 to 400 before the stream is up. And hopefully we continue to have the good Gabe rather than the bad Gabe. Judah in the building. What's good? See how many more subs we've gained since last time we checked. We broke 22,500. Where are we at now? We were at 22,505. Now we're at 22,512. 88 to go to 22,600. Let's go. $90 more to 300. Let's get there. It has to be a team effort. Top of the sixth inning, 1-0 Mariners. I mean, it's always, kind of chaos ball for this Seattle Mariner team. For fans that have been watching short term, that, and fans that have been, here and watching and, rooting on this team for the last 20, 30, 40 years. It's never easy, with this team. It's always going to be peaks and valleys, ups and downs, but that's what makes the run special. We're not a bandwagon, type of fan base. And again, it's taken a lot to get to this point. Now we just got to finish the job. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss by Riley Green. Oh-2 pitch, low and away with the slider, off speed, 84 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Spire to Green. 1-0 Mariner lead after Castillo pitched to Gem. And not only that, we got Jorge Polanco to go yard, and hopefully we'll get a few more before this one's over. 1-2 pitch, slow dribbler towards third base, foul with that slider off speed, 85 miles an hour by Gabe Spire. One-two pitch, big swing and a miss. There we go. Down goes Riley Green, and that's the Gabe Spire that we love, bringing that electricity, and that is 1 away. Next up is Spencer Torkelson. Let's go. Let's keep it going. The Pat McAfee lookalike got to keep going. Let's go, baby. First pitch from Gabe to Torque. Low and away with the four-seam fastball. 95 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Little slow dribbler towards third base, foul. 1 ball and 1 strike to Spencer Torkelson. One pitch fouled off towards right field. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Spencer Torkelson. Top of the 6th, 1-0 Mariner lead. Jorge Polanco solo dinger, but we need more. 78 more likes to 300. Let's get it, Justin. 1-2 pitch. Popped up, and that's foul again. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Spencer Torkelson. Come on, Gabe. Little slow dribbler. Should be a routine play. JP, throw to first. And look at Naylor stretch out. And that's the difference, between Ty France or guys that they have fill in like Luke Raley, and even guys like Donovan Solano early in the year or Rowdy Tellez. It's about him being able to be flexible and being able to get those real key outs that other guys can't make. And I love me some Josh Naylor. Hopefully the bat will come alive. Obviously, we know his baby is on the way, and I would love for Josh to end up doing something big. Pitching coaches come out. Perez is going to be pinch hitting. And Sal Perez coming out, pinch hitting. Gabe on the mound, and Wencel Perez in the box. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with a grand salami. How beautiful is that? Brewers, playing some great ball. And Blake Snell will be the starter tomorrow. And the Dodgers winning on the road against Philly. That was big. First pitch, takes a strike looking right down the middle, 0-1 count. Absolutely, Michelle. I agree. It's been a long time since we've been able to be in this type of position. I mean, besides 2022, previous to that, it was a 20-year gap, where we didn't even make the playoffs and we had no hope of making the playoffs. And now we've made it 2 times in the last 3 years. We actually won the division over the Astros this year, which is awesome. And there's a very bright future for this team. 1-1 pitch. Popped up, and that should be out number 3. As long as defense is good here. And there we go. Squeezes that mitt tight and gets out number 3. There we go. All right, let's see if we can add on a little bit to this 1-0 lead. Let's go. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with a K. Be patient, Cal. Again, swinging at the first pitch and second pitch and getting out. It's a wasted at-bat. Take your time. We understand how good Scooball is. Find a way. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Work the count. Let it go to pitch 4, pitch 5. Let's go. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K. Julio Rodriguez. Bring the heat. Bring the energy. Let's go, Julio. And batting third, the hero so far today. 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI. Jorge Polanco. Let's go, baby. Way to bring that electricity for the Seattle Mariners when we needed it the most. Ball, 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 7 Ks, 73 pitches, 50 strikes. So obviously Scooball could technically go into the 8th inning more than likely. But he's only at 73 pitches, so we'll see where it goes. $78 subs to 22,600. Let's go, baby. I love Seager. I loved, obviously, many players, obviously Nelson Cruz was nice. I wasn't really a big Robinson Cano guy, but I like Seager. I like Nelson Cruz, obviously Felix Hernandez, and the sleeper out of all those guys, Raul Ibanez. Loved him too. I mean, how can you not love Raul? But again, in that 20-year gap, it was kind of a shame that, guys like Felix Hernandez, didn't get to experience the postseason. And, again, I liked Nelson Cruz. I liked Seager. I liked, Raul Ibanez. There was quite a few guys that I enjoyed watching. But we just didn't really have a complete team like we do now. Because he came from the Yankees and he didn't really play up to his money that we gave him. I think most people would agree. Nelson Cruz was a better player, and again, when you pay a lot of money for a guy, they better play up to that money. And I don't believe that Robinson Cano did. And obviously he was great with New York because you were playing with fucking Hall of Famers all around you. Posada and Jeter and Bernie Williams. And then when he came to Seattle, you got all the money, but he didn't really produce the way that I think that maybe some of us thought he would. I think that's a fair assessment. 1 ball and 1 strike from Screwball, the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Oh, of course I love Bones. Now, if we didn't pay him as much money, then I probably would have liked a little bit more. But that was like the big signing that we overpaid for someone, and he didn't do what we needed. Big swing and a miss by Big Dumper. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Screwball, the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Kenji Jojima. You got to realize, too, I've been a fan since like 85, so there's been a lot of guys, in the list. Big swing and a miss and an aggressive punch-out there by Screwball. Nice job by Tarek Screwball with that electricity for the Tiger fan base, and that is 1 away. Down goes Cal. Next up is Julio Rodriguez. Bottom of the 6th with nobody on and 1 out. Mariners hanging on to a 1-0 lead. And a line drive right to Torque, and that is 2 away. Work the count, Mariners. And next up, the hero so far today. 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI. Jorge Polanco. Let's go, Polo. First pitch. High and away. 1-0 count. Pitch, and fouls that one back into right field. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jorge Polanco. I mean, as long as it doesn't sound like there's an echo in the other mic, one might be a little bit more sensitive than the other and whatnot, but as long as it doesn't sound like I'm super far away, the mic should be good to go. Because I don't really want to touch anything and then have something happen, so the equipment is pretty sensitive. But again, if we do have an issue, I appreciate the heads up. But one mic has a little bit more sensitivity than the other, so for whatever reason. 2-2 pitch. Low and at the knees with the changeup to Jorge Polanco from Tarek Screwball. Bottom of the 6th, nobody on and 2 outs. New England up 6-3 over Buffalo, huh? Really? 3-2 pitch. Polo crushes it into left field, and it is gone! Let's go! Boom! Jorge Polanco! Let's go! And again, this is what players do. They step up in the most big way possible. 369 feet, 2-0 Mariners. Let's go. Hell yeah. Let's get it, baby. Also, too, it might not be just the mic. My voice is half gone from doing the Seahawks-Bucks game prior to this stream, so obviously my voice needs a little bit of a rest at some point, but way to go, Polo, baby. There we go. Stacks, racks with a little cactus jack, bang, bang. And hopefully we'll get Scooball to be 0-3 against us. We have his number. If there's kryptonite for the Tigers and Scooball, guess what? It's us. Beautiful. He was. Let's go. Let's go, baby. We'll play off Polanco, huh? Let's get it, baby. Appreciate you. Stacks, racks with a little cactus jack, bang, bang. Go M's. I mean, I haven't touched anything and whatnot, so. Because if I end up unplugging shit, you know, then the screen goes black and then I got to refresh everything. And I mean, let me take a quick peek to see if something happened with the audio. The mics are still on, so everything is still good there. And a lot of times I kind of turn them a little down rather than having them up because I don't want to have them redline. You know, just like in a vehicle, you know, if you push on the gas and you're revving and you go into the red line, you don't want to, you know, have the sound be distorted. And so I always try to make sure to find that balance. And I only have the mics on like, you know, maybe half of the way. Then I could definitely turn it up much, much louder for the background music as well as the mics. But I don't want to have any distortion and whatnot. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Nice job by Jorge Polanco getting the job done. I mean, anytime I end up doing, you know, 2 streams back to back and it's a lot of passion, you know, and a lot of energy and, you know, there's a lot of talking going involved. It's not like, you know, I got a partner to do, you know, I'm doing play-by-play and they're doing color. It's like, I got to do play-by-play. I got to do color. I got to look at 5 different screens. I got to monitor the chat. You know, there's a lot of shit going on, a lot of moving parts and whatnot, stat pages and everything else that's going on. So again, 2-0 Seattle Mariners, Jorge Polanco. I guess we're going to have to start calling him playoff Polo because, again, we were waiting, you know, for someone to step up and couldn't think of someone better than Jorge Polanco to do that. Great job. And we got Bizzardo in the matchup now going against Dylan Dingler. First pitch in there for a strike looking. 0-1 count. Takes another strike looking there. No balls and 2 strikes to Dylan Dingler. Let's go, Bizzardo. And a little slow dribbler there. Bizzardo covering first. Nice flip. Toe tap on the bag. And that is the Bizzardo that I love, baby. Dingler grounds out at first. 1 away. Top of the 7th. 2-0 Mariners because of this man right here with 2 home runs. Jorge Polanco. And as soon as he hit it, you knew it was gone. And again, we got to be able to not only win this game, we got to win on Tuesday with Logan Gilbert. If we drop game 4 with Bryce Miller, so be it. And then we win game 5 against Scooball against George Kirby. 0-1 pitch from Bizzardo to Zach McKinstry. And I did, I do the whole Ricola, the cough drops and whatnot. So I definitely have to, drink a little tea, things of that nature. So usually it only gets a little raspy when I go back to back with no rest. 1 ball and 1 strike to Zach McKinstry. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Bizzardo to McKinstry. Let's go. Pitch is low and at the knees, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Zach McKinstry. Yeah, honey works good too. Agreed. 2-2 pitch and a little slow dribbler towards first base, foul. Top of the 7th inning, 2-0 Mariners. And again, thankfully, playoff Polo came into existence today because we definitely needed him. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, and obviously 9 Ks, but not against Polo. 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Bring that electricity. Bizzardo with the punch out, and that is 2 away. Next up is Javi Baez. Javi Baez. First pitch, big swing and a miss by Javi Baez. 0-1 count. Walk in the 5th. 257 average, 12 homers, 57 ribbies for Javi Baez in 2025. 0-1 pitch. Low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Javier Baez. Come on, Bizzardo. Mariners in 5, baby. Let's go. 1-1 pitch, low and away. Sinker missing by a few inches there. 2 balls and 1 strike to Javi Baez. Two-one pitch. Popped up. And Julio cannot get there. There's just not enough room. It's not like Polo was going to get there either. The second hit of the night there on a little bloop single by Javi Baez. Next up is Parker Meadows. 0 for 2 with a K. Let's go, Edward. .247. Let's get to 3. First pitch in there in the zone for a strike, but doesn't get the call. 1-0 count. And that's right on the corner in the box. But, I mean, at least the ump is better today than it was yesterday, who was terrible. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking there. 1 ball and 1 strike to Parker Meadows. Let's go. Trident's up. Let's go, M. Seize the moment. Pitch right down the middle with that sinker. Beautiful pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Parker Meadows. Chopper towards first, foul. That's a good question. 1-2 pitch. Wow. I mean, Cal framed that pitch. Is it inside? Yes. But that was a great frame, by Cal there. Starts off outside and kind of brings it in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Popped up. And hopefully this will be a routine play. Catch it, baby. There we go. JP with the defense. And that is out number 3. Great job by Edward Bazardo. Great job by JP. We can always rely on that defense. All right, baby, let's go. We're going to war. Next up for the Mariners, let's see who it is. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with a K, Josh Naylor. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K, Mitch Garver. Switch him out for somebody different. Put in Leo Rivas, fucking anybody but fucking Garver. And batting third, 0 for 1 with a base on ball, Victor Robles. And do not bring in Luke Raley. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. $54 to $300. Let's go. And Scooball's at 87 pitches, so we will see. But again, Scooball dominates everyone except Seattle. And maybe, that's in his head a little bit, especially when, it has been talked about. Like, you can beat everyone in MLB, but you can't beat Seattle. He did play his college ball at Seattle University. So there is like family and friends that are linked here. And there's extra pressure. And I guess every, player ends up having, that kryptonite, whoever it may be. And, thankfully, Scooball's kryptonite is the Seattle Mariners. And if we can hang on for a couple more innings, he's going to be 0 for 3 against us. And he'll probably pitch game 5. And we'll have a chance to make it 0-4 if we win today. So we'll, probably have a Kirby and Scooball on short rest. And again, unless they decide to go away from him in game 5. But I like our chances still winning this game and winning the series. Mariners in 5. Yeah, even Harry Ford would, give a guy a chance. Even Ben Williamson, Cole Young. Hell, I can name off every fucking guy on the bench that would be better than Garver. But at least, in the future, Castillo's getting a little bit older and he did great today. But in the near future, Castillo won't be on the team. Gino won't be on the team. Garver won't be on the team. And it'll open it up, for other options, either in free agency or the guys that are on the bench or in the farm. To take a spot and try to see if they can win a starting spot. And I appreciate everyone that's on the team this year, but sometimes you got to learn to let go. And they weren't able to let Dylan Moore go early enough. And if we had Leo for the whole year, how many more wins would we have gotten? 5, 6, 7? Could have been a big difference. And again, having Leo at second over Polo, is probably a better thing, and having Polo just DH. But I really appreciate what Polo's bringing to the box here today. And again, 2 solo dingers, and that's kind of what it felt like we might need. If he's the only guy that's on, we might need him to hit that second home run. And before I even said it, he did it. And again, thankfully, we got playoff Polanco in the building, and he's ours. How's this? Is this better? It's in the red when I talk now, though. So is it better now, Flying Monk? I turned up the volume on this one, but I don't know if that's going to make a difference. I might have to recalibrate it, but I assume it's this one that you're talking about. This one? This one? What about now? What about now? If I got to recalibrate it, I can and whatnot, but. And a hard hit ball right up the middle. And look at that, Mitch Garver with a single. All right, hold on. All right, I turned up the volume a little bit more. How's that? I just want to make sure we're not redlining, and I'm redlining right now. So, but if, you let me know. Is it better now? Better? I just got to be able to find that right, balance, with the music and, And a little bunt attempt here and foul. All right, what about now? What about now? Everything is turned up, but again, I'm redlining, so I don't know if you're listening to it on a phone or on a computer or a TV, so. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it, to every person's liking and whatnot, but I turned it down. I don't know if that's going to make a difference or whatnot, but. And Robles pops up, and that is 2 away. I'm not going to be able, depending on how people are watching, it's going to sound, probably a little bit different based off your TV, your phone, your tablet, or however you're watching. But when it's really off, it's when the mics, turn off on their own and they're on. It's just, it is what it is. I can always recalibrate it, but I don't want to interrupt the stream. So first pitch to JP Crawford. And right up the middle, throw to first, and that is out number 3. Because once I end up having the mic on, I don't touch it at all, throughout the stream. I usually just try to keep it, the same volume. I don't touch anything, usually with all the different knobs and whatnot. I try to just keep it, the way that it is. But if people are having issues, you let me know. All right, end of the 7th inning, 2-0 Mariners. Let's go to the top of the 8th inning, and we'll see who's up next here for the Tigers. Next up for the Tigers, 1 for 3 with 2 Ks, Gleyber Torres. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a base on ball and a K, right fielder Kerry Carpenter. And batting third, 0 for 3 with a K, left fielder Riley Green. All right, Brash is in. First pitch in there for Brash, low and away, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. Takes a strike looking high and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike from Brash to Torres. Come on, Brash. 1-2 pitch, high and away to Gleyber Torres. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here in the top of the 8th with nobody on and no outs. 2-0 Mariner lead. 2 solo dingers by Polo. And Torres fouls that one off into right field. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gleyber Torres. Let's go, Brash. Top of the 8th, 2-0 Mariner lead. Come on, Brash. 2-2 pitch, slider right on the line, but doesn't get the call. Count now was full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gleyber Torres. Root Sports is gone. They're going to have a Mariners channel, through MLB. So obviously, it's not going to have Angie Mentink or Jen Mueller or Adam, involved, I think, unless, they can find a way to, employ those people. But we'll figure out how they decide to do it. But 3-2 pitch inside and a little wild. And come on, Brash. Don't fucking blow this game like Vargas did yesterday. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to be looking at, if it's going to be, a certain cost like an app or whatnot, but we'll find out. Next up is Kerry Carpenter. First pitch takes a strike looking right down the middle, 0-1 count. Yeah, we got to have Goldie, and Riz will still be on the radio. Again, Goldie is one of the best in baseball. 0-1 pitch, low and at the knees with the slider, 88 miles an hour by Brash. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kerry Carpenter with a runner at first and no outs. One pitch. Big swing and a miss with that slider on Kerry Carpenter. Beautiful. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first and no outs. 2-0 Mariner lead here in the top of the 8th. Yeah, Riz is amazing. Goldie, it kind of just depends on who you like. I think both are better than Sims, who now is in New York. 1-2 pitch. Low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kerry Carpenter. Come on, Brash.
Oh my God.
2-2 pitch, fouled back to the T-Mobile bricks. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Brash to Carpenter. 2-0 Mariner lead with 2 solo dingers by Jorge Polanco. And again, it's not ideal to try to win games scoring only a couple runs, but hell, if we win this game 2-0, I don't think anyone's going to complain. I still would love us to try to get to 5, but, obviously hitting and runs have been at a very minimum as he lines out there into left field foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kerry Carpenter. Yeah, I don't think anything is going to happen with the radio. It's just based off the TV broadcast not being on Root Sports anymore. But maybe it'll be on MLB TV, just called Mariners TV or something like that. And I know if you have T-Mobile, you can get the MLB package for free, so... Come on, Brash. Get it done, baby. 3-2 pitch. Big punch out there. Strike 3 looking on Kerry Carpenter. Not going to be a hero today. Next up is Riley Green. Let's go. First pitch from Brash to Riley Green. Fouls it off. 0-1 count. Let's go, baby. Finish strong. Let's go, Brash. 0-1 pitch. That's strike 2, baby. No balls and 2 strikes to Riley Green. Let's go. I mean, as long as we don't have Vargas come in, we're good. I don't really like Caleb Ferguson either. 0-2 pitch, fouled off towards that third base line. I mean, those are kind of the liabilities, just like Casey Legumina and a few of the other guys that, have participated for us this year. It's going to be really exciting once we have Durangelo and Cade Anderson a part of the team next year. 0-2 pitch, line drive, get it! Jesus Christ, what was that?
Oh my God.
Torres at second. And come on, Naylor! Again, this is probably the first time that we've seen Naylor fuck up. I don't think I've seen him fuck up all year. That's the first fuck up he's had all year at first. Come on, Nails. You got to be better. And again, Naylor never fucks up at first. And again, unfortunate that happened to Josh there. I mean, these guys are human after all. Top of the 8th, runners at first and second with 1 out. We got to get out of this. Come on, baby. Errors and a fielder's choice, so second error of the season. Big swing and a miss from Brash to Torque. 0-1 count. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. We got this. Oh, 1 pitch. Low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Spencer Torkelson. Big swing and a miss on that slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Spencer Torkelson. Let's go. One-two pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Spencer Torkelson. Top of the 8th, runners at first and second with 1 out. We need a strikeout or preferably a double play or back-to-back strikeouts. And a hard hit ball. Jesus Christ. Brash, you stink, dude. What the fuck? And now the game is tied. You got to be fucking shitting me. So not only is Brash a bum, so is Carlos Vargas. Jesus Christ, dude. And both of those guys were not very good towards the end of the year. You know, and again, you got to be able to understand, you know, some guys have the it. Jesus Christ. In a game that we should have won, now you're giving them a chance to be able to come back and win. Great job, Brash, you fucking idiot. And again, he did the same type of shit in the second half of the season, you know, where he wasn't reliable. And that's a damn shame because, you know, in the first half of the season, he was the number 1 guy. And then Bizardo leapfrogged Spire as maybe number 2. And then at one point ended up being number 1, Bizardo. But Brash is not trustworthy like Vargas. Unbelievable. Way to fuck that up, Brash. Idiot. That one is fouled off. No balls and 2 strikes. Now with a runner at second and 1 out. And now the game is tied. Fuck. And there's strike 3 on the changeup. A little late there, Brash, after you ever gave up the big fucking RBI. Next up is Dylan Dingler. You know, you never expect a guy that, you know, normally is elite to choke, you know, but again, he hasn't been very good in the second half of the season after the All-Star break. And, you know, I get it. You know, if it's like Vargas fucking up, he's like the worst player on the team besides Dylan Moore, but we don't expect Brash to fucking do this. 0-1 pitch, fouls that one off. I mean, he did have that 4-run meltdown, you know, just a few weeks back too, just like Vargas gave up 4. Idiot. 0-2 pitch, check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. But not after you let them fucking tie the game up, you fucking idiot. Pissed. I mean, this is a must-win game for us here. And again, the bullpen blowing it for us in back-to-back games with the 2 guys that recently have blown it for us, Brash and fucking Vargas. Now we have to just pray that we can get something here in the 8th or the 9th, and we can find a way to win this game 3-2, which I do believe that we can still win this game, but momentum has shifted to the Tigers, and we have to bring it back. Next up for the Mariners, 1 for 3 with a K, Randy Arozarena. Batting second, 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. If there was ever a moment we needed you to be a fucking hero, it would be right now. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And batting third, 0 for 3 with a K, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. We can't have you go fucking 3 for 5 and get 0 for 4. And we can't have you go 3 for 5 yesterday and go 0 for 4 as well. Someone needs to step up based on these guys dominating yesterday and no one else doing anything. 3 for 5, 3 for 5. Everyone else was 0 and 28. Someone please step up. And obviously we have to give a kudos to Castillo and kudos to Polo and no kudos for whoever the hell this is. Let's go, baby. $2 dono for the M's win. I like it. Stacks. Racks with a little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Let's go. Appreciate you. I mean, it's one thing to give up like a run, but did we really have to give up 2? You know? But again, if Naylor ends up, making a play, maybe it only ends up being 1. A crappy time for a fucking error, by Naylor, who only had 1 prior to that. And then on top of that, fucking Brash having a goddamn meltdown, and again, the trustworthy, reliability. I don't even know if he's top 3 in the pen anymore. I don't trust him. I don't trust Vargas either. Vargas is the worst. And we know Brash has got the stuff, but as far as consistency is concerned, you don't got it. Vargas doesn't have consistency or the it factor. He's just fucking terrible. Wild as hell. But Brash has actually got some kind of skill set. But, second half of the season, he's been garbage. Finnegan is in the game. First pitch to Arasarena. Big swing and a miss. 0-1 count. A 1 pitch, low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Randy Arasarena. One pitch. Big swing and a miss by Arasarena. 1 ball and 2 strikes with the game now tied 2-2 after a meltdown by Naylor and Brash with an error and giving up a big torque double to right with Green and Torres scoring. Unexcusable, just like Vargas yesterday. 1-2 pitch, low and at the knees into the dirt with that splitter. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arasarena. Come on, Randy. Two pitch. Big swing and a miss, and down he goes. 1 away. Kyle Finnegan on the mound. Big dumper in the box. Come on, Cal. First pitch. Cal crushes it into right field. Fair. Go, Cal, go. Run your big ass all the way to second. Go. They don't call him the big dumper for nothing. Let's go. Oh. Next up is Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, baby. First pitch, high and inside to Julio Rodriguez from Kyle Finnegan, 1-0 count. Splitter missing by a few inches there. 86 miles an hour by Finnegan. One 0 pitch. Julio down the left field line. Go, baby, go. Go, Cal, go. Let's go. Fuck yeah. Let's go. That's what clutch players do. I called them out. Obviously, both being 0-3 after being 3-5. What do? They both get a fucking double. Boom! Big RBI. 3-2 M's. Fuck yeah! Let's go. Hell yeah. That's exactly what we fucking needed. For Cal and Julio, our two best guys, to step up in the biggest fucking moment. Hell yeah. Yeah! We needed that bad. Next up is Jorge Polanco. Now, Polo doesn't hit a home run here for his third in the game. If he does that, I might jump out the fucking window. Let's go. First pitch inside, 1-0 count. Let's go, baby. Pitches low and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Finnegan to Polo. Let's go. First career multi-homer postseason game. 2-0 pitch. Check swing. God, why did he go around? Christ. Would have been a ball and a 3-0 count. Come on, Polo. A beautiful hit by Cal with the double, and then right back with Julio with a double. One to the right field line, one to the left field line. Beautiful. Clutch. The opposite of Matt Brash is what Cal and Julio are. Clutch. 2 balls and 1 strike from Kyle Finnegan to Jorge Polanco. Let's go, baby. Finnegan on the mound. Polo in the box. 2-1 pitch. Polo breaks his bat. Go, Julio. Yes. Yes. And another fuck up. I love it. Let's go. Here we go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Broken bat, no fucking problem. Beautiful. Next up is Eugenio Suarez. Can you imagine if Gino goes yard? Place will fucking explode. 3-2. I mean, if we get a 3-run jack right here for 6-2, that sounds pretty sexy to me. And again, Brash has fucked up in the past, and we've come back and still like won, but also we've seen Brash, give up 1 to 4 runs and we've lost also. Same thing with Vargas yesterday. So, but, when we needed, hits at the most crucial time with the season on the line, Cal Raleigh and Julio with back-to-back doubles, and Julio getting that RBI to bring Cal home. And now we got runners at first and third with 1 out, and we're threatening. Let's go, Gino. I mean, Gino is overdue. Come on, Gino. 3-run dinger. 6-2 M's. Let's go, Gino. First pitch is low and away. 1-0 count. I mean, I wouldn't mind a hard hit ball down that third base line as well, all the way to the wall. That will end up scoring 1 and putting that runner at first, probably at third. One 1-0 pitch. Low and at the knees. Let's go, baby. 2 balls and no strikes to Eugenio Suarez. Let's go. Meltdown, meltdown, meltdown. I mean, we had a meltdown of our own with Matt Brash, but it's time to get payback. Thank you, Finnegan. 2-0 pitch. 3-0 count. Let's go. Come on, baby. 3-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. He was going for the fucking moon there. 3 balls and 1 strike to Eugenio Suarez. I'm not sure if I would say Brash did fine, Flying Monk. Tied the fucking game up when we were up 2-0. That's not fine. Three-one pitch. And Gino fouls that one back behind the plate to the MasterCard sign. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with runners at first and third and 1 out. 3-2 Mariner lead. Let's go. Even if we can get an RBI, it would be great. Three-two pitch. Gino, hard hit to third, throw home. And that is out for Julio Rodriguez. Good defense there by the Tigers. And now we got runners at first and second now with 2 outs. God, it's just never easy for us, is it? It's always like fucking this. Next up is Josh Naylor. And again, we know Josh fucked up with that error at first. And that was part of the equation of Brash fucking up as well and scoring 2 when we were up 2-0 and they tied it 2-2. Could this be a moment where Josh makes up for his error and we get a big play? I sure as hell hope so. We love you, Josh, and we know you don't fuck up often. He's only had 1 or 2 kind of fuck ups at first since he's been on our team, and he's been the best first baseman we probably have ever had. And again, hopefully Josh can come up big in this situation. Golly, what the fuck, man? What, I mean, this team is, giving us highs and it's giving us lows. We've gone through peaks and we've gone through valleys. We've gone to war and we've gotten beat up, but again, once you knock us down, we will get back up again. And again, this is a must-win game, especially if we're going to be going back to Detroit, on Tuesday and Wednesday. We got to try to win today, win with Logan Gilbert in game 3. If we drop game 4, so be it. If it's Bryce Miller, and then we come back here in Seattle for game 5, Skubal versus Kirby, let it rip. Let's go, Nails. Give us Mariner fans a moment that we will never forget. Let's go, Naylor. Bring that electricity. You know you can. Brant Herder coming in. All right, Brant Herder on the mound, Josh Naylor in the box. And we got Rivas running for Polo, so we're getting a little bit of Rivas action finally. And first pitch, he says he went around. Let's take a look. Yeah, he did. 0-1 count. Come on, Josh. Naylor in the box. Brant Herter on the mound. 0-1 pitch. Naylor. And that one ends up going into left field, foul. No balls and 2 strikes with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Mariners retake the lead after being up 2-0. Brash had a meltdown. They tied it up 2-2 with a big key clutch hit by Torkelson. But Rodriguez and Cal with back-to-back doubles and a big RBI by Julio to give us the 3-2 lead. Nerve-wracking. 0-2 pitch from Herter to Naylor. Low and away with the sweeper. Off speed, 80 miles an hour. Bottom of the 8th, runners at first and second with 2 outs. 3-2 Mariner lead. Back-to-back doubles by Cal and Julio knocking him in. And we have a 3-2 lead here late with runners at first and second that we would love to bring home. 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off towards that first base line. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes to Josh Naylor, who has a baby on the way. Naylor in the box. Brant Herter on the mound. One-two pitch. Naylor pops it up. Should be a routine play for the Tigers. And that is out number 3. All right, here we go. Top of the 9th. And again, let's find a way to close this out. Who's coming in? Is it going to be Andres Munoz or is it going to be somebody else? I mean, again, we know Munoz ended up pitching extended innings. But again, if there was ever a time that we needed Mooney, it's fucking right now. We've already pitched Castillo, Spire, Bizzardo, and Brash. Don't do anything stupid like Carlos Vargas. Don't do something dumb like that, Dan Wilson. Now, can't send Bizzardo out because he already pitched. So, just like I mentioned, you already have Castillo, Spire, Bizzardo, Brash. So, it's got to be Mooney. Yeah, Castillo, Spire, Bizzardo, and Brash already pitched, so it can't be Bizzardo or Brash because obviously Brash already had the fucking meltdown, and Bizzardo would probably be the only guy that you would trust other than Mooney at this point, but like don't do something stupid, Dan Wilson. And it is Andres Munoz. Thank God Dan isn't doing something dumb. All right, Mooney. All right, baby, get the job done. Next up for the Tigers, third baseman Zach McKinstry. Batting second, shortstop Javi Baez. Batting third, center fielder Parker Meadows. Kick the fucking door down and let's get this dub. First pitch. Right down the middle. Takes a strike looking. 0-1 count. Let's go. This looks like the good Mooney. Let him know, Justin. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss by McKinstry. No balls and 2 strikes. In the top of the 9th with nobody on and no outs, Mariners have the momentum. 3-2 lead. Finish the job. Let's go, Mooney. Well, obviously, the Bills and the Eagles have had a rough day, so to speak. 0-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. And he goes down in 3 pitches. My boy. Bringing that electricity. Great job, Mooney. Let's go, baby. Next up is Javi Baez. First pitch. Big swing and a miss. 0-1 count. And again, we know when Mooney is off when he throws 3 straight balls or he has a wild pitch. So obviously being locked in, 3 pitches, 3 strikes, first batter out, 4th pitch, strike, looking good. 0-1 pitch. Popped up. Popped up. Communicate. There we go. Rivas is in. He won't fuck it up. 2 away. 1 out away. Let's go. 1 out away from tying the series up. Last but not least, Parker Meadows. Let's go, Mooney. Mooney on the mound. Parker Meadows in the box. First pitch. Good frame John by Cal, but it is outside. 1-0 count. Top of the 9th. 3-2 Mariner lead with 2 outs and nobody on. Come on, Munoz. 1-0 pitch. High and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Parker Meadows. Come on, Mooney. 2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike to Parker Meadows. Two-one pitch. Big swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're 1 strike away from victory. Let's go. 2-2 pitch. That one's fouled off towards that 3rd base line. Top of the 9th, nobody on, 2 outs, 3-2 Mariner lead. Back-to-back doubles by Cal and Julio to get the lead after Brash blew it when we were up 2-0. Let's find a way. Trident's up, seize the moment. 2-2 pitch, and fouls it off himself. Count still remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Parker Meadows. Come on, baby. 1 more strike. Let's get it. Mooney recorded 8 outs, most in back-to-back days in his career. Let's go, Mooney. Two-two pitch. Fouls it off himself again and deflects off Cal just slightly. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. 3-2 Mariner lead. Come on. Two-two pitch. Inside. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Parker Meadows. Come on, Mooney. Find a way. Come on, Mooney. 3-2 pitch. Slow dribbler to first. Grab it. Flip it. Yes. Let's go. It wasn't pretty, right? It took everything that we got to be able to get this victory. And again, Brash almost blew it, but the key word is almost. And great job by Mooney. Great job by playoff Polanco with 2 solo dingers, and an absolutely fucking fantastic job by Cal and Julio to get doubles and back-to-back hits. That never happens. Huge fucking win. Let's fucking go. Final score, Seattle Mariners 3, Detroit Tigers 2. And when the Mariners win, what do? We fucking dance. Mariners win. Mariners win. Mariners win. Fuck yeah. Way to bring that electricity, Ems. Let's go. Flying Monk with a 5-er. Let's go, baby. Stacks, racks with a little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Thank you so much. Reflect with a 3-er on the Dono train. Oh, man. Crazy game, and again, I've dedicated my life, to this team, and again, there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be peaks and valleys, and we almost blew it 2 games in a row. And we find a way to get the job done. We'll be doing the Chiefs and the Jags on Monday Night Football since they're going to be traveling to Detroit. And then we got Logan Gilbert on the mound for Game 3. Obviously, you guys will be here. And hopefully we can end up getting the dub there. And then we'll see what happens in Game 4 if it's Bryce Miller. And hopefully it comes back, obviously, here to Seattle next week, Game 5. Potentially Scooball and Kirby to see who plays the Blue Jays more than likely in the ALCS. I just saw that. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Matt. Another $5 dono on the dono train. Appreciate you. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. What a fucking game. Appreciate you guys very, very much. $5 more to be able to hit the goal for the night. And we'll see if we end up getting that here. It's been a long day. Like I said, I haven't had really any rest since, 12:30, 1 o'clock. So got to rest my voice up. We're going to end up doing the Chiefs and Jags on Monday night. Mariners on Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday night football. And then hopefully on Friday, it'll be Game 5 between the Tigers and the Mariners to go to the ALCS. Oh, baby. Well, I love you guys and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Shout out to all the people that like, sub, donated, commented, shared. Let's take a quick look at the sub count. Last time I checked, we had 78 to go to 22,600. We've gained quite a bit, and now we only need 74. We gained 14 more subs since last time I checked and gained about 50 today, so that's great to see. And we're 74 subs away from 22,600. So appreciate you guys very, very much. Enjoy your guys' night, and GG to the Tiger fan base. It's tied up now 1-1, and I love you guys and I appreciate you guys very much. Final score, Seattle Mariners 3, Detroit Tigers 2. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Tridents up, seize the moment, go Mariners.